I love nothing more than when jobless men sit in a car and discuss women.
Oh, so fabulous.
Hi guys, welcome back to the channel once again. It's your girl Dumebi. If this is your first time coming across my channel, you're welcome. I do hope you decide to subscribe, and if you are a returning subscriber, you guys know that I love you. It's so good to have you here. Welcome back. So this video is strictly for educational purposes. Please do not go searching out for the people that I talk about in this video. Don't send them any form of hate comment, threats, or violence. This channel does not support any of that. So I came across this video that was made by this brother. Like, everybody and their mama has replied to that video. Everybody has had something to say about that video, and I just had to make this video. Okay, let me go right ahead and play this video.
See, listen, man, women were made only for three things. They were made to obey men, to reproduce, and to take care of children. If you read the Bible, that's the only three things that women were made for. So you can argue with whoever you want to argue with, but if you read every story about every woman in the Bible, they were made to be wives, to reproduce, to obey their husbands, and to take care of children. That's the only thing that women were made for.
Yes, he's one of us. How embarrassing. How you not embarrassed, my brother? I'm not even angry. I'm not even mad. I'm not even disappointed. I'm just, it's comical at this point. You know, like, who's raising this man? I really want to know what kind of family he comes from. What family structure did he have? How did he come up? You know what? Let me just go right ahead and play people's stitches to his video.
They were made to obey.
Sir, this is 2023. Some people don't even want no kids. Some people don't want to get married. Leave them the fuck alone. Find something else to talk about. Hell, who the fuck hurt you? Nobody don't give a damn. Everybody doing their own damn thing in 2023. Okay? So you need to go find something else to talk about. But you sound like you a little bit off your rocker. Okay? You ain't quite there anyway. And I said what I said. Nobody want to hear that shit. That's how we fucking hear. And at the end of the day, nobody don't give a damn. Hell, go find you something else to do in life. Shit. That don't make no damn sense. Ooh, child.
To reproduce and to take care of children. If you read the Bible, that's the only three things that women were made for.
That was no Bible. That was your village handbook. Now, I know a lot of you were expecting me to roast him, but no, we're not going to do that. That's too easy. Instead, we're going to address the malnutrition points he made. So you mean these women will not work or do anything with their lives?
Ask him.
Listen, passive Bible reader. What happened to Miriam, the prophetess? You remember? What happened to Deborah? You know, the one that was also a judge, that was also a military leader, that was also a prophetess? That one? Queen Esther,
A whole ruler.
are you sure you're not reading your medication manual? What about Phoebe in the book of Romans 16? You know, the one that contributed immensely to the growth of the ministry, even financially too, part that Paul even attested for.
He didn't read any Bible.
I could go on. Imagine if those women listened to this type of incomplete scholar with his 3 commandments. Do you think they will achieve all those things in the Bible? This is what happens when you surface read the Bible and you start assuming everybody did the same thing based on a few examples, you know.
Hardship learning.
Even after all this, you'll probably still say I'm wrong. Ladies, you can follow his doctrine. Just remember that even the women in the Bible did not follow those guys' 3 commandments.
African prophets.
Dubious madness is free.
Were made to obey.
There's still time to delete this. They about to be on your ass. Just take it down. Just take it down.
I love nothing more than when jobless men sit in a car and discuss women.
See, listen, man, women were made only for three things.
Ladies that are single, you don't have a husband. So who are you obeying? Oh, excuse me, the ring is on the wrong finger. That is why my advice is not hitting. Activated. So those of you parents now that are sending your daughters to school to be more, you are wasting your time. So please go back to archaic times. Discard any sort of progression. Get your daughters out of school. Take them back to the farm because they need to learn how to build homes. I thought that But if we think about it, that's what men are actually supposed to be doing if we go by that logic. Yet, we don't see a lot of men out there aspiring to be bricklayers. I've not really noticed a lot of men going out there to hunt deer for dinner. But that doesn't matter. Yes, we have grocery stores and that's where we now buy meat, and we even have butchers, and we are no longer in primitive time. That doesn't matter. At the end of the day, women are the only ones that should be subjected to primitive guidelines. There is no logic to it. But that is what that jobless man says. And because a man has spoken, we must all take it as gospel. Dr. Mrs. Lawson here, married 39 days. Thank you. And I hope you are all not as confused as me. This one passed me.
Take care of children. If you read the Bible, that's the only three things.
The Bible also said that you could fit 2 of every animal on earth on a boat, yet I don't see anyone trying to fit a zoo on a yacht. You say that women were meant to obey men, but if that were the case, then we would have been designed with bigger ears and no mouth. And I don't know if you know this, but you have to be able to lead before you can expect people to follow. So I don't know why we would obey you when you can't load a dishwasher on your own. You don't even know if you like pickles on your sandwich. You say we're only meant to reproduce, but if God thought our only job was to make babies, then I doubt he'd need politicians to pass legislation in order to force us into doing it. You say our only job is to raise children, but let's not talk about parenting responsibilities when most of you don't pay child support and would be completely content if you only saw your kids on every other Wednesday. So I could go on forever, but let's just leave it at this. You don't make the rules for women just because you have an extra appendage, and you have no business talking about other people's responsibilities when you obviously aren't taking care of your own.
That women were made for.
I don't think this guy's read every story about women in the Bible. Esther was a queen in Persia, and she protected the Israelites against a genocide. So one role for women is protector. Phoebe was a benefactor whose financial contributions helped fund the early Christian church. So women can also be providers. Deborah was a prophetess and a judge and a great military leader. So I guess other responsibilities for women can include leaders, spiritual leaders, military leaders. And since she was a judge, we also have to include political leaders. Judith beheaded Holofernes, so, we got to add assassin to the list. Priscilla is portrayed as an equal to her husband. They were a couple that helped establish the early Christian church. She was a teacher, a minister, and a messenger. She was one of the people sent to Rome to teach. In fact, she delivered Paul's letter to the Romans. The first evangelist was the woman at the well. Mary was the first person to be sent by Jesus to tell about his return, which makes her the first one to be charged with the commission to tell others about the resurrection. That arguably makes her the first apostle. Personally, I think it's ridiculous to base your valuation of women on the opinions of men from 2,000 years ago. But if you're going to make reference to all the stories in the Bible, maybe you should at least read all the stories in the Bible.
See, listen, man, women were made only for 3 things. They were made.
Who opened a box of black incels and let them run loose? Oh, I get it. It's kind of like gremlins. See, there's some good, strong black men out there that go into a pool and then y'all pop off. And then if you watch Kevin Samuels before midnight, you turn into this. Okay. Women were made for 3 things. Women are made to do whatever the fuck they want to do. I don't know where you've been, but they done advanced in shit to obey men. Incels such as yourself shouldn't even obey the thoughts that are in your own head. Like the one that told you to do this, you shouldn't have listened to him. Hey man, make a up ass video and then post it. No, I'm not gonna do that. No, that's wrong. So why the fuck would a woman listen to you? To bear children? To you? You whose beer game is on point but is losing the battle of your hairline? The fuck are you talking about? Raise children. Again, with that recessive gene, have a bunch of little 5-year-olds walking around here looking like George Jefferson? Nah, we good. We good, man. We good. Wherever you bought this at, can you take it back and get, 15 cents on the dollar that you spent for it, please? What y'all want is sex robots. That's what y'all want. And guess what? They're selling them for about $2,000. A woman that literally stays home and does nothing but catch your seed. And the beauty of it for you and for us is that none of your children will be walking the world with this bullshit mentality. Think of it as the world's largest silicone condom. It is. It does everybody a favor. She can stay home. She can raise whatever little plastic dolls you pick up from the store, and she can obey you. Come sit on my lap. I will sit on your lap. I mean, it's so much easier than embarrassing yourself with these dumbass videos. It really is. Women are human beings. They were made to do whatever it is that they choose to do. What you want is a partnership. And then you'll get a lot of those things that you're asking for. But if you're not bringing anything to the table, fuck she got to listen to you for. In fact, you shouldn't be allowed out here in public with the rest of us. So whatever good man Mogwai created you, can we go get him and find a way to get rid of you little fucking incel gremlins? Because this 10-pack of ass, buddy. 10-pack of ass. Obey men to reproduce and to take care of children.
And what were you meant to do? Stay away from toothpaste? Or maybe even a coochie repellent? Okay, I don't want to be rude, so let's give you some advice. I think you missed the lesson of developing a nice mutual relationship with them. But it sounds like you want to force yourself on them. Why? Is that what you've been taught? Or is it just too hard for you, forming a nice relationship with the partner? And if it is too hard for you, maybe you should be introduced to something called a lotion or even a shampoo. By looking at your hands, I can see you need the lotion. So start off with your dominant hand, okay? Using the lotion will not only help your hands, but it will help other organs in your body. And when you do use it on your special organ, I promise you, it would relieve the stress of the heavy, hanging, hairy peanuts you have.
Women were made only for three things.
I've been summoned. Who wants to guess what those three things are according to him? Spoiler alert, they're not great. I now have to say this next part, but this is not intended to bully or harass anyone. This is for educational purposes only. Let's hear what those three things are.
They were made to obey men.
So we're starting off strong. Obey. Interesting choice of words. Okay. What's number 2? It's not good.
To reproduce.
Okay, so be incubators? That feels uncomfortable. Or we're gonna let him finish. What's number 3?
And to take care of children.
Who saw that one coming? I did. I just keep going. Where are they getting all of this from? Where do you think? I'll let him just tell you.
If you read the Bible, that's the only 3 things that women were made for.
Now, I'm no expert on the Bible, but I will say that I know for a fact that this is not the only 3 things it says women are made for.
You can argue with whoever you want to argue with, but if you read...
I believe that's where I get tapped in. Now, I'm not arguing, but I have a few questions. When else have we heard people claim that people should obey and make babies and do all this other stuff for someone else? That's uncomfortable to say the least. Now, here's the other thing. I first heard this from this incredible woman, Lene. Many of you may know her. I will tag her so that you can follow her. But those who have been oppressed often want to become the oppressors. And this is what keeps us all fighting with each other rather than dealing with the main issue. Also, this part.
That's the only thing that women were made for.
Sir, if this is what you are doing while you are driving, then you are not safe on the road. That's not good for you either. But my favorite part is that his handle literally says something positive energy TV. Like, where's the positive energy? You've all heard me say this before, and a lot of other people have started to say it. But you can't tell me that men that say this kind of stuff even like women.
They were made to obey men.
You dropped your nuts. That boy bold. That boy bold. Hey, 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 don't even delete the shit. Stand on that shit. Stand on that shit. Cause you know they finna kill your ass in the comments.
You guys have heard everything they said. Like, nobody agrees with him. And even if people agree with him, well, I didn't see any of them because they know, probably maybe because he was getting dragged. Those are the kind of things that even if you think you should not say them, you don't say them out. Don't say it. Shh. because you're going to get eaten alive. When I watched that video, I was like, is this a video from the 18th century? Because women are made for three things: to obey men, to reproduce, and then to take care of children. So basically everything, a woman's life basically revolves around other people. She's not there to do anything for herself. She's there to obey the man, so that's for the man, and she's there to reproduce and take care of children. So she's living just for the man, which is her husband, and then for the children. She doesn't achieve anything in life, no milestones, no need for her to even get educated, because she doesn't need to be educated to obey a man. She doesn't need to be educated to know how to take care of kids. She just needs to know how to cook and clean and push the baby out and clean their poop. Like, and you know the funny thing to me, what is most alarming is the fact that he uses Christianity to justify this. And I don't know what part of his Bible he's reading, but there were strong, influential, powerful women in the Bible. There were women that were leaders in the Bible. There were women that did phenomenal things, that accomplished a lot of things in the Bible. Queen Esther, right off the top of my head. I don't know what to say. This is the year 2023. And women are being limited to their reproductive organs and what they can do with their reproductive organs. We are much more than that. Any woman that comes across a man that thinks the way that brother does, run for your dear life. Run. I'd actually like to hear what he thinks men were made to do. If that's what women were made to do, what were men made to do? To dish out orders and to impregnate the women, and not to take care of children, because you know he stated that taking care of children were the responsibility of the women, so the man would just impregnate them and zoom off. It's crazy. Like, you guys, just let me know what you think in the comment section. Please just let me know, because it's just ridiculous. It's funny. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up, subscribe if you haven't, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.